Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. It's hard not to say review. As always, I'm Robo, and today I'm doing a little bit of catching up. You'll notice that last week there wasn't a weekly. One, I had been gone to the celebration. I had been gone to Kansas City. I wanted to get caught up on some of the reviews that were just sitting, waiting, and then some of the new stuff I had gotten in. And to be brutally honest with you, I just wasn't feeling it. Sometimes that happens. Don't get me wrong, this is kind of therapy for me. I get up here, talk about toys, I love it, I enjoy the back and forth, but there's just sometimes I'm not feeling the oomph, you know what I mean? That's up here. That's nobody else's fault but mine. So I apologize for that, but hopefully be back on schedule, at least for the next month or two. Unless there's just no news, and then it's just me up here going, I like toys. Toys are cool. So, catching up, let's talk about a little bit of Marvel Legends, a little bit of Star Wars Black Series, both really quickly, and then we'll get into the Mezco, we'll get into the NECA, we'll get into the Bandai model kits. Now, there was a lot of stuff leaked for Marvel Legends last week. We'll go through it really quick because basically it's just looking at pictures. I have no info, I have no release dates, I don't even know where the pictures came from. All I have to say about them is, hey, cool stuff. I can't wait to buy it. And when it comes down to it, these all look like test samples. You'll notice numbers on the forehead of a lot of them. This wasn't meant to get out there, but the world being like it is, and this being the internet, you can't keep a secret hardly anymore, especially if you're Hasbro. That high profile, pictures are going to get out. Now we saw the A-Force box set. This one's still on the fence for me. Yes, I like the characters, and yeah, I really love action figures, but this doesn't fall into my oft broken pact of X-Men and MCU. But the one I am buying is the classic Cyclops with Dark Phoenix 2-pack. Must have. We didn't know about the extra heads coming with Jean. Anything extra is good in my book. I have no complaints about, oh no, too many extras. Whoa, Hasbro. Slow your roll. Don't be giving me extra shit. I don't appreciate that. You're not going to hear me say that. Ever. We saw pictures of the Walgreens exclusive Fantastic Four Human Torch. And this, I still don't even have Invisible Woman, so I'm not too excited about Torch, but he looks cool. I like to get the first stuff first, and the second stuff second. I don't like being excited about the second stuff when the first stuff hasn't even been bought. I buy it, and then it's like, oh. This is almost a bad thing, seeing stuff this far in advance. There's too much. Then there's the 12-inch Thor, the 12-inch Daredevil, and the 12-inch Hulk. And then finally a Thor box set, which looks like it's the San Diego Comic-Con set this year. Comes with female Thor, comes with Malekith, comes with Odin's son, comes with Bor, and comes with Ulick. I did that without looking at my list. Yeah, this is cool, but even though I may be at San Diego, I'll talk about that at the end of the video, I have no guarantee that I'll get this, even if I wanted it, so yay. On the Star Wars front, a lot of new figures are sneaking out right now. We've seen the 40th anniversary vintage card-backed 6-inch figures, the Death Squad Commander, the Jawa, the Tusken, the Chewbacca, the C-3PO, and the Stormtrooper. Again, I list. Those have been leaking out on the West Coast. I haven't personally seen them anywhere around my area. Which sucks because I need them, but they all have went up for pre-order on the various online sites. Big Bad Toy Store, Dork Side, Choose Your Poison. But we also saw overseas leaks of the new Lando wave. Lando, Qui-Gon, Royal Guard, another Tusken. I need all this stuff now. And then finally there was a GameStop list that popped up, kind of revealing future figures, especially around the time of Force Friday. And this is where I gotta use a list because, yeah, I named those other things, but they list the Lando wave, Qui-Gon Jinn, Lando, Imperial Royal Guard. They list Darth Vader, or his older brother Vador, and Stormtrooper as coming out 9/1, which is Force Friday. And I'm assuming those are the red and black boxed versions. They're not the vintage carded. Cool. Everybody needs more Stormtroopers, and the Darth Vader that people didn't want the early bird set with. There you go. And then also for Force Friday, they list Episode 8 Cool Beta and Foxtrot. I'm not sure what those are. But for Force Friday, there's also listed an R Blue Leader. And at first, me and Nick were talking about that being Blue Leader, but I'm pretty damn sure that's going to be Rebels Thrawn. He's coming out single-carded after the San Diego exclusive with all the extra pieces, so That may be it right there. Then it also lists Victor 2 with Throne exclusive, and then Victor. Everybody's assuming that is Snoke. One with Throne, I guess that's the GameStop exclusive, and then there's a regular carded version. And then Episode 8 BL Guards of Evil 4-pack exclusive. At first, I thought maybe this was Royal Guards, because there's been a rumor going around of the black Royal Guard, the red Royal Guard, the blue Royal Guard, and then maybe another one in this pack, but this is looking more like a Knights of Ren pack of some kind, or something else. Who knows? Episode 8. I don't know anything about Episode 8. Within the past few days, NECA has solicited their quarter-scale Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michelangelo. Now, I haven't been picking these up. I'm one of those guys holding out, hoping for 6-inch versions, or, well, 7-inch versions of these figures. But if I were a rich man, if I had unlimited space, if I had my own museum dedicated for a toy collection, I would be buying the hell out of these things. I mean, the group shots they've been posting, you would confuse them for movie steals. They're that good. Yes, some of the details are exaggerated, but that's what you get when you scale something down. You want those details to pop out and make them a little bit bigger. So, yeah, I'm good with that. I have no complaints about that. And with 30 points of articulation, there's some posing going on. Now, Michelangelo does come with 2 nunchucks, a slice of pizza, I had to look at the list, bag of pork rinds, and alternate hands. It's going to retail for about $100 like the rest of them, and should be out in September. This week also saw some new Mezco 1/12 collective figures from the Marvel Universe. I don't think these were supposed to be out now. At first we saw some kind of crappy pictures, and then Mezco quickly revised that with pretty pictures, at least for 2 of them. And that would be the symbiote or black suit Spider-Man. I've always loved the design of this suit. It's just minimalistic. It's just there. Black, white, Spider-Man, done. You're good. Now it comes with a few webs. There's a posable web, alternate hands. It just looks cool. That's all I can say about it. And that also goes for the previews exclusive Wolverine, who is in his X-Force uniform. They haven't revised this one with pretty pictures yet, but it's basically going to be hands, claws, sword. Yeah, maybe some extra heads. I don't know, because when we get to Deadpool, there's a lot of extras. And like I said, previews exclusive Deadpool. There's a crap ton of weapons. I like how his little machine guns have the orange tip on them. Our toy has toys. He's got extra hands, he's got a sword, he has extra heads. A great, great addition to the Mezco line. Now, I passed on the first Deadpool, and I've also passed on the first Wolverine, because I have plastic versions of those that are really, really great when it comes down to it. But these are tempting because I don't have X-Force versions on my shelf. And the Wolverine has done away with the shorts, which is a big sticking point for a lot of people. Now, these are up for pre-order now at your favorite online store. Each one is $80. Deadpool will be out in September, Wolverine will be out in October, and Spider-Man will be out in November. And then finally, there's a hobby show going on overseas. It has a name. I'm not going to try to say it because I will just embarrass myself. Let's just call it a hobby show. And there, they are showing off the Bandai figurized Dragon Ball Z Vegeta and Trunks. I talked about this in my last weekly. Very cool looking figures. Vegeta, I griped about wanting an original version with the black hair. A lot of you told me you can just paint the hair on this model black and you'll have the original version. So that's what I will be doing, because that's a great idea, guys. They're also showing off the time machine. It's looking freaking awesome, but can I afford this? I don't know. But if you also go back, I gripe. I mean, I suggest that Bandai Figurized line do an original Goku with the black hair, the kind of cartoony look, his original form in Dragon Ball Z. And what happens? They show it at the show. Hot damn! I am good. You know what? Bandai Figurized should give us gold coins in cheap packages. But this is looking great. I love the look of the face. I love the look of the hair. The body we've seen before because it's used on the Super Saiyan 3. It's used on the other Super Saiyan figure that we've gotten from the model kit line. It's great. I can't wait to have this Goku head on it. And they're also showing Krillin. They usually release these in pairs, and Goku and Krillin coming at the same time, I have a feeling it's going to sell like gangbusters. No information on these, no price, no release date. I figure they'll come out shortly after Vegeta and Trunks. And I can't talk about the Bandai model kit line without at least mentioning a Star Wars entry into it. I already did a Fwoosh Quickie on the Bandai Star Wars model kit General Grievous, but seeing it in person, so good, so good. You need it right now. But seeing the actual model kit in the display, not just a promotional picture of the digital sculpt, yeah, the cape is what I feared it would be. It's that cheesecloth looking stuff that's kind of flat, kind of hard to move around. In the promotional shots, it looked wavy, it looked thick, it looked like plastic. Maybe the rubbery material we've seen with other model kits, but it's looking like we're getting that flat, lifeless material for the cape. So, come on third-party sellers, we need a cape. And that's about it for this week. Yeah, some catching up, some news here and there. It's toys, I love it. Good to talk about it. Now, like I said, I just came off Kansas City. I'm in town for the next month or two, actually, so I'm hoping to get a lot of reviews caught up. A lot of people are asking about the Bandai model kit Yoda. I'm working on that. Tomorrow I should have the Build-A-Figure Mantis from the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 wave. Ouch, I think I'm having a heart attack. A bunch of other stuff in the pile that I not only want to get reviewed, but I want to get open so I can play with it. I hate carded toys. I hate box toys. They're just taking up room. I need to play with them. But at the end of June, 1st of July, I'll be heading to Knoxville, Tennessee for a Comic-Con. Leave directly from there to Denver Comic-Con. Working booth, having fun, hanging out, whatever. Then I go from there to San Diego Comic-Con, which I booked the flight for last week. I booked the flight, I booked the hotel, but I don't even know if I'm getting into the show because San Diego kind of likes to take their time when renewing press badges. Last time I had to go through this, I actually missed the show because they didn't send me the renewal until the week before. And by then, it was too late. Plane tickets were too high, hotels were too high. So I'm going to make it to San Diego, but getting into the show is a whole different problem. I may be outside looking in the window just kind of going, hey, anything cool happening in there? All right. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So if you like this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.